Now we're up to the stage in fitting the belts. Once you fit your vertical carriage and you've put the adjuster on, check with your fingers to see if there's a free wheel. Now the wheel may run like that. So as you turn it with this in one position, it may actually be tight, then loose, tight, then loose. So check the quality of the three wheels, and if there is a loose spot, I'll just show you. Stays there, starts to go down there. So that will be a combination of the wheel running that way and the wheel running that way. But what you want is not to have too much movement that way. Now, I can tighten it until the cows come home, and that won't get any better. So once you have tightened it, the gap in there should be about 2 millimetre. If it's touching you, you've over tightened it and you've wasted your time. Then what you have to do is get yourself, say, a broken hacksaw blade, and perhaps this is one I use for other jobs, perhaps a sharp angle across there, and then in the area where the teeth grip, you put it in there like that. So what we're doing is we're checking the position of the pulley. That 2 millimetre I said in the earlier videos probably needs to be this way, perhaps another millimetre. Turn it upside down and check the inside flange of your bearing, and they're pretty good. So then you know that you've adjusted that in or out using this. Then you have checked the top one and it should be alright. So now you know that the flange on there, that face, and the outside flange of the pulley down the bottom is all in a line. So then you get your long length of belt, feed it through the top, feed it underneath the bottom, then from the bottom, this is going on here, this is off that other belt, so don't cut it that short. So it feeds under the pulley. You then put, that's about 48 millimetre, so 24 you can mark, put that much in. This is on there of course, so you'll feed it over in there. Then with this round, pull this down fairly tight. Then with it pulled down tight, with your fingernail, you put it in the groove that matches. So not down there, not up there. So you're pulling it down, you say, right, that's where it is. Then you get your scissors and you just cut on that groove. So then what you do, you then pull it tight again, feed it in on the angle, and then just tap it in. And that will then be tight. You've saved yourself 15 millimetre. You've actually now got 15 millimetre more volume to print. And you may say, oh, but I can't adjust the belt. Well, what you have to do is the belt will get loose and you raise this up. You pull it up to tighten normally. But what you have to do here is grab hold of the belt, pull the belt out, cut off 1 or 2 teeth. Each tooth is 2 millimetre. So cut off 1 or 2 teeth again. So the belt is now shorter. Pull it tight again, and just so that much the belt's missing, you pull that down, it's now tightened. So 2 millimetre movement or at a time, and there's your adjustment. So you can save the 15 millimetre for printing and just do it that way. So that's the way to fit your belt. Then once your belt is fitted, test it for movement, measure that distance from there to there, that distance from there to there, then that distance from there to there. That will tell you if it's over that too far or that way. Then measure that distance and that distance, that distance and that distance. That shouldn't change because they're pretty good. So then you adjust, you look at the movement of the belt, and if it's over this way and it starts to run over the end of the pulley, you know that you have to just unnip it underneath and then move it back just slightly. Get like a screwdriver in there and just push it in or push it out gently. Don't damage the teeth. Nip it up, try it again. So do that for your 3 stepper motors, your 3 carriages, then you're right. If you're a musician, you might be able to just set it to the note, but that's fairly tight. No backlash, so that's fine. Also, what you can do, if you like, you can mark the belt with a little bit of paint when the carriage is up the top. When all of them are up the top, you can mark your belt with a bit of, say, white paint, so as you know they're all the same height as a guide later. So that's how easy it is to fit the belt. Gain yourself an extra 15 millimeters. See how long the belt lasts before you have to adjust it. If for some reason you have got a problem, you can lower this if you want to cut off 15 millimeters of the belt and go the same as in the manual. But to start off, I'm showing you how to get an extra 15 millimeters. Then when that's done, we'll do on the radius rods. I won't put these on the effector just yet because I'll do the changes to that next. So I'll just screw these on. These are sitting in here because these are the matched pairs I got from out in the workshop. So we'll talk about the push rods next. So we'll see you then.